we're going to have a late IHP show 2. So 1, as I was trying to say, I noticed I left you hanging with the aspect of Jesus and the aspect of people waiting around and stuff like that. So 1, spiritual bypassers, what you will notice if you're a 5D mystic is how many of them actively assume, think, and or hope, basically, that they are, yes, I don't even want to speak it because it just feels so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. But you get it, because Elsa journey, yeah, show yourself, I'm dying to meet you. So 5D mystic is a feminine, divine feminine with her own divine masculine. So there's a couple of things I should share. 1, I do one-to-one mentorship for people who want to be their authentic self. Now I know how to say yourself is an authentic self, and then there's the self of you who's your teenager version who doesn't ever grow up, and that's Cusco. And that's your fight response. I learned about charge states from my attachment and trauma courses, and every person that I've ever mentioned this to so far says, oh yeah, I know my charge states. So there are people who know their alters as well. And therefore, FYI, we don't romanticize and we don't demonize any of mental health or mental hygiene. In fact, what I'm going to be doing as the years move forward is saying, look, if you want a Medal of Honor for doing emotions and getting out of survival mode, I know a group or 2. Ask me who they are. I'll send you to some really fun ethical cults. They're really fun. They're not cults. I don't like that word personally, but there's this dude who was interviewed and he said all people will always need a silverback. And I was like, no, only teenagers who have just their left mode in use. The people who come over to IHP and are 5D collective and or get into 5D, they're going to be like, yeah, I can spot that. Hey, Maria, come on over and we're going to have good chit chats. Okay, so spiritual bypassers are pretty clear to the authentic self person. It's, wow, there's another Cusco. Oh, look, there's a squirrel from Cusco land. Oh, look, there's Ursula. I spotted a couple Ursulas doing that event and those events. Oh, look, they don't have any good therapists with them. Hey, Ursula, would you mind? I know those poor, unfortunate souls, they come to me too for all of that stuff, but we want to mention at least bare minimum. Hey, trauma charges, I found it hard to believe my first 3 years of life, but before you find it hard to believe and go to the flat earthers and don't drink from the well mule and go to other jackasses who flaunt their mantis around, just before you go, just 1 second, bear with me. As a Reiki master who's going to hell apparently because yoga brings demons out of your body, qualitative research apparently shows that Reiki is negative energy. I grew up with Jesus. I know all about Jesus and God. I told God, your people, their grandiosity, God. And God said, you remember what I told you, right, about minding your own business? Yes, God, my mother told me to. Yes, so what are you? I'm humble. Are you a servant in the way of the medieval times? No, not even close. I don't live near a rock anymore. Okay, so what does it mean that you do? I support people to be their self. That's correct. Very good. Where do you do that? Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Forgot. I do it on earth as a human being. Spiritual bypassers, they think they're special and anointed and that they have a cross to bear. They don't know what trauma charges plus big trauma means. I do, not personally, but I had a sliver of trauma memory with fear, and I was like, wow, this is really painful. My heart was all like pokety. It was like little spikes coming out of my heart, and it's very different. I know all about crying. I know all about fear. I know all about being in my panic attacks. I know all about an uncomfortable nervous system. I'm not kidding with you all right now. I'll never forget that demo. I was like, okay, now I know what they mean by gut wrench, torn apart. And this is how Ruth Lanius did. And I was like, oh shit, this is horrible. Dysregulated and modulated embodied people are tortured inside. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. I'm going to try not get anybody upset here, but this is how it feels when you're grounded in your humanity and you're learning course material and you're like, oh my gosh. Then you actually embody the knowledge because you have a little sliver of it, like a tiny little speck, which I always do need to remember a little bit better because some people, they won't move out. It's too painful. So this is something obviously I can't prove, but see, I have the sixth sense. It's interoception. You can have it too if you gain a good relationship with your body. That's like your active embodied brain. And that means your emotions. If you say people are fucked up and emotions are laundry, then, you can move over here. I mean, granted, I found out from Daniel Siegel that our insula can grow. So people who use their amygdala in the 4D land of spiritual bypassers, their amygdala grows. And a neuroscience lady showed why. The frontal lobes are flopped down. It's alert, limbic system is going on, and your amygdala is on, and your imagination agent, like the people who lack the education for evil, not knowing that evil doesn't exist in the way of monsters from, story time. And monsters were actually, in darkness. There's no light. I'm lucky I got light. Can you imagine being in the forest with some lion? Oh, shit. Don't give me a bear. I love bears, but, unless it's a serial killer man, I'm going to choose the man because I can build something. They can talk. I can't lift shit. I can't even reach up at heights. I mean, I'm just saying relationships are made of two. So here's what the giveaway. I wanted to share this beautiful, which is just, it's not doing justice. Let's see if we can get that picture going on. There we go. A little bit better. No. Well, you'll have to come during the day. The giveaway is the gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. So when you own your 0-1-year-old, raise your hand. When you love unconditionally, raise your hand. Who has flaws and imperfections, raise your hand. Who is a spiritual bypasser, put your hand down. We should play that game. Simon says, lift your hand up if you're a spiritual So, I'm teasing. Oh, that game. Okay, so spiritual bypassers, they think they might be a reborn Jesus. I think you figured that one out. It's really something odd to see a human being walking barefoot and thinking that. And then it's really odd that people wouldn't know that a wise man, like a wise woman, any person who wants to help people, yeah. The smartest of us all will know exactly what a humble human being who knows what year it is will do. They won't say anything. And anybody who thinks otherwise, well, they got Stromboli's all over it, because seriously, if you didn't learn about what Jesus and God shared, you don't know humbleness. Anyone who knows humbleness knows what something is going to definitely not come forth from any person. You can only give what is truly yours: a smile, a nod, an encouragement, a nod of encouragement, or you can make sounds. I got reprimanded for the sounds. A gentle touch, not by anybody that I know, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but gifting that which is most precious, your authentic love and genuine feelings. So what relationships are, and what any true spirituality meaning in life is you being yourself. It makes me laugh in a good way, but laugh also in a interesting way. That any person that is mystic actually thinks that they could be reborn anything. I mean, those of us who know Jesus, we love Jesus. There's just no shadow of a doubt about it. In fact, I honor Jesus. I know Buddha did his part, but ask me who's my hero. Well, I got a man who walked with all people, and he only got followed by 12 people, and then he got, put on a cross. And I'm the woo-woo lady who's now considered a quote-unquote evil witch or evil bitch by a group of people who decided Reiki is some energy, is darkness, because, really, I mean, I'm a political science major. I'm beyond baffled by the intellect. Lack of intellect. See, emotional lack of mastery or intelligence is what leads them to people's stupidity, because, cognitive dissonance and spiritual bypassers are not interesting at all. So, a 5D mystic, with all due respect to any person, when you have wool pulled over your eyes, you're of a different time, is all I'm going to say. Love is love, and heart is heart. And I love that attachment. Trauma therapists are supporting people who want to be their authentic self, and I do that too, but we do that in a way fun way. Trauma therapist, I'm honored to know all of you, and obviously all true spirituality and sciences. Come on board. Flat earthers, we wish you could do more with your brains, because really, the fact that you're spending time trying to prove the earth is flat, I mean, or the fact that some people think the moon, all of things are being questioned. So you can come on over here and have, love, relationships, and let's tease the spiritual bypassers. How about that? And then let's heal trauma seriously, so we get to be functional adults, have true passion, true love. It's really fun. Romance is great. Solo poly, come on over. Polyamory with secure attachment is a lot more fun than that. And monoamory, we love you too. See you again.